Hello, Carrots here. Welcome to the Perfect Genetics Challenge, Generation 1, Episode 18. Olivia and Don have got 4 toddlers and a child. Olivia has her heir, but Don wanted another baby, so Olivia agreed even though she doesn't like children. I was hoping that perhaps we might get an heir who has her hair, eyes and skin colours, but we shall see what happens, because the heir has got the hair and eyes of Olivia, which is all she needs, but she's got her father's green skin. So there she is there, little Cindy, sleeping in her cot. Gary has aged up to child, and little James is ready to age up. They can age up once they have learnt all of their skills and read all their toddler books. And I'll also age them up in order, so if a younger child has got all of the requirements to age up, I will keep them not aged up until the older siblings have all already got their skills and what other achievements are required for each age level. I haven't got very many gnomes, but the gnomes like to gather together in little groups. So Olivia sits and watches her toddlers in their nursery while she waits for the birth of her 5th child. She's got 3 boys and a girl already. I'm hoping for another girl, and we've got a little plant sim girl. That's little Petal. Looks like she's finished reading that book. She's doing all her toddler skills and reading all the toddler books as well. Olivia picked her in the last episode. That's James in the playpen. He's got his mother's blue skin, but he's got random black hair. Don't know where that came from. He's the only one that's inherited his mother's blue skin so far. Hopefully the next one will inherit her skin colour as well. So I found her, Olivia, off chatting with the eldest, Gary. He's aged up to child. Once he's got all his child skills and got to be at grade A at school, I will age him up. But I think before I actually age him up, I'd like to let Gary and James be children together for a few days before I age Gary up, just to see them playing together. You do want to get through this challenge fairly quickly. She seems to be getting along quite well with Gary, even though he is a child and she dislikes children. This is in Gary's bedroom, by the way. It's always good to be able to pull your best friend out of your pocket when you need a cuddle. So it's time for Gary to go off to school. He's been at school a few times already, and he's got up to grade B. So it won't be long before he'll be able to age up to teen, because he's finished all his childhood mandatory skills. I'll see if I can get him to learn a few other things, such as fishing perhaps. There's a vampire gnome out in the footpath. Guess it's still on the property. There's Gary in the bus on his way to school. Sometimes I find gnomes get stuck right on the boundary of a lot. I think the baby might be coming. Yes, better send her to hospital. I usually let them have their babies at home, but with Olivia I've been sending her to hospital each time. I think Don's at home sleeping, so she's going to take herself to hospital. She's getting a taxi. I have to check how much money they've got. It might be time to buy them a car or something. Don's got his bicycle, of course. She is there riding in the car, in the taxi. Gives us a bit of a chance to see a little bit around Moonlit Falls, which is the world they live in. Here she is. She's arrived at the hospital. I'm thinking this will be her last pregnancy. Don't want to keep doing this. Gets a bit repetitive. Her heir, whoever it may be, if this one turns out to have her skin and eye colour and hair colour, I'll make it the heir. But if it doesn't have her skin as well as hair and eye, looks like Don's coming. Well, then I'll leave Cindy as the heir, because she was the first one to be born with her mother's hair and eye colours, which is what they require. Might go down and check out those Sims that are turning up at the hospital. That looks like a ghost. And are they doctors? Oh, and there's a werewolf. I think it's raining. That werewolf looks like it just changed into human form. There's Don turning up on his bicycle. Will he be able to get in? They seem to have jammed up the entranceway. Yeah, that is a ghost. And a werewolf. I usually try to skip the long wait, but there's so much going on outside the hospital, I think I'll hang around and just see what goes on. It's quite a happening. He must be a coward. Lucky Olivia could get in. One thing about Moonlit Falls, it's full of all different sorts of occults. So you'll find them all here living as townies. I've got occults turned off and options, but of course these occults were already occults when I launched the world. And I've discovered that even though I've got occults turned off and options, my Sims who I'm not playing but who I've put in the world as humans do still occasionally get turned into occults by the existing occults. Oh, Don's hitting him with a paper. He must be really angry with that Sim. Never seen a Sim do that before. Wish I'd been in close to see. I think he had a newspaper in his hand. So it's a baby boy. What would we call him? How about Percy? I've used that name already, but that's in my big game, and I don't think I'll be adding any of this family to my big game. I always get such a surprise when it's time to add a name because I never think of one beforehand. And now I've got to think about traits. I think I was rolling random traits for the earlier ones, but I'll just pick a couple of interesting traits for this one. This is a trait combination that I don't like, which is loves the outdoors and athletic, but I'll give it to him anyway. Might make him an adventurer, we might get out adventuring. Oh, there is something for Gary to do. Here she comes with the new baby. We'll tell straight away the skin colour. And if he's got blue skin, well then he might be the heir if his hair and eyes are the same as his mother's. But if not, if he's got green skin, and it looks like he has got green skin, well then that means regardless of his hair and eye colour, look at the look on her face. He's not going to be the heir because he's got green skin, even if he's got his mother's hair and eye colours. We'll keep Cindy as the heir, and they're not going to have any more babies. It is raining, look at that. And there she goes, taking baby home. Baby Percy heading home in the taxi. I have to send Don home after them, I think. Because I think he's still in the mode of trying to get into the hospital. Standing outside in the rain. It's a gathering of the werewolves at the front of the hospital. There goes Don home to see his baby son. And there's Olivia putting little Percy into his crib. We'll have to age him up soon to see what his hair and eye colour are, but we don't really mind what they are. He's just an extra. He can't be our heir because little Cindy's the heir. So James is going to be learning more charisma and logic skills while he's in his playpen. I'll keep James in the playpen while he learns more charisma and age him up. I'll have a birthday party or have cake for him when Gary gets home from school. You can see the roller coaster across the street. There's Petal's still reading that book. Should have taken it away from her ages ago. She's finished reading it. She's just wasting time. She's got to get through all her books before I'll age her up to child. I think she's already learned her skills. She's tired. She needs to go to sleep. Cindy's woken up. Time to get her out of her cot. I've got those paintings around the nursery to put the environment score up so they can get a beautifully decorated moodlet. They get their happiness points faster that way. So Don, who's the chief babysitter, is just sitting there. He doesn't look happy, does he? He's sitting there letting little Cindy howl while he just rocks in the chair. I have to get him to put her in the crib. Gotta tell him to do it. Wonder why he doesn't like little Petal. He's not being very good at his autonomous behaviour in this episode. Not doing things that I want him to do. Gotta tell him to do things. He often does things all of his own autonomously. To tell him to get Cindy out of her cot. She's still got a few books to read as well before she can age up the child. But she's got two older brothers that are still toddlers that'll have to get aged up before she does. We're going to age James up in this episode. Oh good, feed her on the floor, that's what she needs. Little Petal went straight to sleep and she's hungry. I don't think she is hungry because she can't get... She's a plant sim, she doesn't need a bottle. But she's lonely, that's what her negative thing is. She needs to play with somebody. It's baby Percy. That's young Owen sitting out there playing with his imaginary friend. I think he's read his books. I'll just get him to do some more work in the playpen. He can learn some more logic and charisma skill in the playpen So I don't want to age him up today. I'll just age James up today. So she's finished her xylophone skill. She just needs to read books now. What's Olivia doing? She's done this all by herself. I didn't tell her to do it. She's sitting down to play with her little daughter, her heir. See how different hairstyles give her a different distribution of her hair colours? You really need to compare them with the same hairstyle to make sure you've got the exact identical same hair combination. James is nearly at the top of his next charisma skill. When he's got that, hopefully Gary will be home from school and we can age him up. Because I just like pictures of Gary blowing whistles at James's birthday. Oh, she's playing a little tune. I didn't know toddlers could actually play a tune. I thought once they had got their xylophone skill, they just banged it for fun. I don't know what the song is she's playing. She's still probably just playing random notes. I don't think it's an actual song, but it sounds like she's actually getting to learn that when you play certain notes in a certain order, that sounds nicer than if you just bang them repeatedly in the same note, or various random notes like that. So she's gone and picked up the baby as well. She's getting a few wrong notes sometimes. She's doing pretty well on that xylophone. I'll have to let my toddlers play with the xylophone more often after they have finished learning the xylophone skill. I wonder if she's got the virtuoso trait. That's it, James is out of the playpen. Now I can check if he's read all his books. Because if he hasn't read all his books, I will have to go and read it before I age him up. Because I want them all to read all their books as well as learn their skills. I think Owen has read his books, and James has read. I checked James already, and he has read his books. The only one still to read books is Cindy, and also Little Petal, but then she doesn't really matter because she's a plant sim. But she does matter because she's gorgeous. But I want to pick their traits from here on, mainly because I have to pick a trait for the heirs, because each heir has got to have the dislikes children trait, which is one of the traits that Olivia's got, and it's why I think she was pulling that face when she came out of the hospital with that new baby, and she was pulling it when she was sitting in the rocking chair before she went into hospital too. Happy to have a new baby because she adores Don, and Don wanted another one. But she's not real thrilled with the whole thing of babies and toddlers and children. Although she does look after the toddlers quite well. And she was even having a happy chat with her son who's a child, young Gary. But I think on the whole, her relationship with Gary is probably not going to be brilliant. Things might improve for them though once he becomes a teen or older. That's Gator Wolf in the background. I didn't realise who he was at first. So it's James's birthday and we're going to age James up now. Gator Wolf's there for the birthday. He wasn't invited, he just must have come home with Gary. There's blowing out the cake. Blowing out the candles on the cake, I should say. We'll see what James is going to look like when he's a child. So he's grumpy and neurotic, and I've just added bookworm. I thought if he's a bookworm, he will be happy sitting at home, not getting into arguments and being grumpy with others. Let's see how it goes. Looks like Gator Wolf's doing his homework, sitting on the floor there. We've got one more aging up to do before the end of the video, so we'll better enjoy this bit of cake first. I've closely checked Gary's hair and Owen's hair, and the 4 colours that they've got in their hair are the same colours that Don's got. It's just that the hairstyle Don is wearing doesn't show off all of those 4 colours so well. With Gary, I tried to pick a hairstyle that would actually emphasise the different colours he's got in his hair. See, so I decorated the outside area for parties. Put a banner up. Couldn't find the happy birthday banner, but I found another holiday type of banner. I think it's custom content, possibly from ATS3 website. Now here comes the birthday of baby Percy. He's got his father's green skin. Let's see what he does for hair and eyes. We've already decided he won't be the heir because he's got green skin already. We're only going to make him the heir if he's got the blue skin as well as his mother's hair and eyes. But we still have to wait and see what his hair and eyes is going to be. I don't see pink hair, so he is definitely not the heir. It looks like he's got hair very much like Gary and Owen. He got chocolate cake, handmade chocolate cake to age up. I thought I'd make something a little bit different. We only ever have the birthday inferno cake. So there he is. I've aged him up and I've given him that hairstyle that will show off his hair colour that he inherited from his father. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Bye bye for now and happy simming. Just another quick look at Percy in case you missed that brief glimpse you had before.